All right. Well, I was taking a trip to the post office this morning, and I took a shortcut through some neighborhood to get there, and a stroke of luck, I ended up running across these two mowers out on the street, waiting to be picked up by the trash men. Two different houses. I was really kind of surprised. I'd never driven through that neighborhood before, but yeah, these were just being thrown away. What is that one? A Troy-Bilt TB200 625EX. This was an older Craftsman Platinum, 7 horsepower it looks like. But this one, the only thing I saw right away was it was missing one of the levers here. Okay, so this is the engine control. This is for the front wheel drive. And haven't tried to start them yet. This one, the only thing I noticed when I was pushing it, looks like everything's here, but when I'm pushing it, the front wheels are really dragging, and this front right one looks like it's cocked over a bit. And it might be the same problem as I just did another one where the bearings on one side was wore out and it was just flopping around. These seem like they're binding, but I had just worked on one. Yeah, this one's very similar, same engine, but controls are different. This one has the small rear wheels. This one has the large rear wheels. But anyway, just a stroke of luck. So, I think I'm going to start out with this Troy-Bilt. And first I'm going to try to find one of the levers. I have a little collection of them. Hopefully one will fit this. But we'll see. But this is for the front wheel drive, but at least, I can then look and see if I can get it started and check the blade and all that good stuff and troubleshoot it. So let's get started. So I gathered up my collection of little handles here. I don't know, some of these we can rule out, like this one. You can see the way it's formed. I think those came off of like a Toro. They have that shape to them. That's a possibility. Maybe that one. Some of these you can see most of them are just too long. But let's do a test fit and see what happens. So the holes are way up here, so this one might do it. Yeah, the rest of these are too long. Yeah. Long. What about this one? Ooh, almost, huh? Well, let's see this one first. The right length and everything, but you can see these, looks like it went on the outside of the handles. Almost. No, just not the right width. Even if I try to bend it out. Alright. It's working. It's not the right one, but at least we can check and make sure the front end's working. And then and I'll just order the correct one. Alright. Well, that's that. Let's take a look at the engine. Let me spin this around. Well, for a quick look, I can tell there's no spark plug in it. It's empty. I hope this thing isn't seized. No, it cranks. That's good. Let's check the oil. There's oil in it. That's good. And there's even gas in there. I'm going to take a quick sniff. It smells like fresh gas. Maybe they tried to start it and gave up on it. No air filter on it. And the blade is actually in pretty good shape. There's some string and crap wrapped around the axle, so I'll clean that off. Well, everything looks good to go. Let me find the right spark plug for it. Alright, here's my handy dandy box of old. Some new, but most of them are used spark plugs. Let me try one of these. Just no, not that one. Ooh, what the hell is that? Can you see this? What did that come off of? I do not know, so I'm going to take this cover off. What do you think that came off of? Nope. Take a guess, huh? Your guess is as good as mine. Alright, let's take this off. That's strange. I don't see anything irregular in there. Ah, hang on. Let me make sure I don't lose these screws here. So there's the plastic that came off. Looks like it all ripped off up here, going around this edge. Yeah, looks like it's been rotating around. This thing has been, looks like a lot of heat has been fused to this outer ring. So it went in something like that. So a lot of it's missing, but it's not coming off. I don't see any more. I don't see any more plastic around anywhere. Does need a little cleaning up. I'll spray all this down, but I just want to see if it's going to crank first. Then I'll do the cleanup and cosmetics. And I'll take a look at this and make sure that all this is not going to fall off. I don't think it's going to. It still feels, it feels like the clips over here are still holding it on. So I don't think we're going to run into any problem with that. It jiggles, but it's not coming off. And I'll take a closer look. Kind of glanced at this cover here. You can see the pin and the spring is missing. Looks like they just took it and screwed it down to the body of the mower. So it does not flip well. And this is supposed to be up here. Insert the pull rope into the little handle keep. Let's see if it's going to crank. Let me try. So this is an automatic choke, so there's no bulb. I'm going to spray some starter fluid in there. All right. So it looks like just need to clean out the carburetor here. You know, I'm going to start it back up and I'm going to test the front wheel drive. Front wheel drive felt good. I just need to get the right handle for it. Alright, let's take all this back off. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. Yeah, we'll clean all this stuff off. And that little chute there, I'll have to look. I sure will, because this is supposed to be a little mulching type of, you know, where it springs down. So you'll have the mulching effect. I'll have to look and see. Pretty dirty in there. Let me clamp off the fuel hose right here. And get this hose clamp loosened up. Alright. Okay. Now the choke and the linkage needs to come off. Tilt that over this way. There we go. And this one goes that way. Alright, there we are. So let's clean this little booger up. Alright, I think I'm just gonna clean it off right here. My bench is full. I'll come back once this is all cleaned up. This is the boring stuff. Alright, it's fairly clean. Let's take the bowl off and see what it looks like in there. There was definitely gas in there, but the whole time I've been cleaning this thing off and twisting it around, no gas came out. So that's usually the culprit right there. Because everything else, the bottom of it looks good. There's no other debris or nothing like that in there. Let me check the float, make sure it's doing what it's going to do. I'm going to blow into the nozzle here, and you can probably hear it. Yep, it's working fine. Let's take this little booger off. Yeah, there we go. So let's get all that cleaned off and get it put back together. There we go. Alright, so these are my little nozzle cleaners. You can see a wide assortment of sizes. They come in pretty handy. I use them on carburetors, and I have another set that I use on my 3D printer to clean the nozzle out on that. But yeah, there's all kinds of crap in there. Let's get this one first. Alright. This one here is usually a main concern. that always gets clogged. This one, the inlet from the bowl, it sits like this, so it's supposed to be sucking through here out of the bowl, and usually that's what clogs up. There we go. Let's see, that's clean. That one's okay. Now let's get our little holes through here. And that's it. I think that got it. Alright, let's put her back together. And before we put it back on, I'm going to spray down in here where those nozzles sit. Everything else was actually pretty clean. And I always look for that little, see that little silver cap in there up under the float? Sometimes that thing comes off and it's jiggling around, but that'll cause it to miss too. It'll be like a vacuum leak or something. There we go. Let's make sure the bowl is clean, which I think it is. Alright. Alright, well that carburetor's ready to go. So I can put this back on. Now I do want to clean all this stuff off. I guess I can just go ahead and put it back on. Then I'm going to take all this stuff and get some cleaner degreaser stuff and just clean out this whole thing. I guess it doesn't matter if I have the carburetor on or not. There we go. So this is the throttle. And this one, which is the choke, goes up here. There we go. And let's get the fuel line connected. Alright, I'm going to go clean this booger up and spray all this down. Then we can just hose it off. me see if I have a filter to fit that. Alright, this looks like it. That's the one. I'm going to pop this on, and before I put the cover back on, I'm going to finish spraying this down. Let all this soak in. Let that soak in. I'm going to go hose it off real quick. Alright, well I got it all cleaned off. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? Of course it's still wet. But I'm sure when it dries off you'll see, yeah, see the way it looks all dull right here. Just from being out in the sun. But let's see if it'll crank. Alright. Alright, now that there's fuel flowing, let's see how easy it is to start. That did take quite a few pulls. Well, it's running great. I just wanted I want a 1 or 2 pull start, you know what I mean? But otherwise the engine's running great. So I'll try a few more times. That's better. I think that was it. Probably just had to burn off, get the fuel flowing in there, you know, and burn off what water got in there or whatever when I hosed it down. So yeah, it's actually running pretty good. And the front wheel drive works, so I just need to get the handle, and I'm going to look and see if I have a side chute so that this will still be a mulching mower, you know what I mean? But well, I guess that's it for this video. It's not bad though. It's the only thing out of pocket's going to be getting the correct control lever for the front wheel drive for the self-propelled bit. That's not a whole lot of money. And the chute, I did not find one. I would like to convert this back to make sure that it's a mulching mower like it should be. Didn't see one offhand. There might be a couple more. I don't have them here, but maybe I can, you know, because it's basically a Craftsman, right? So maybe I can find something at a later date. But like as it stands right now, it's good to go. It's actually running pretty good. Just those couple of things, and the blade was sharp. I mean, it was in pretty good shape. So not bad for a freebie, right? And that was 2 of them. I'm going to tackle the other one here in a minute, but and we'll troubleshoot that one. So. But I guess that's it for this video. So once again, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch for the next video.